there's a lot of pressure on people in the modern world, and there's a lot of bad information in the world, right? Yeah, we see it. We see it now and everywhere. There's a lot. We live in the information age. There's way too much information, and some of it's good, some of it's bad, a lot of it's rubbish. But whatever, you find what you find. And there's a lot of information, which is that you can do it yourself, right? There's a lot of information like that. You can do it yourself, and I think a lot of it's wrong, because I think success requires people and teams. And I've given a lot of speeches in the past where I say being a single parent is almost impossible because there's too much to do. There's too much.
Of course.
There's way too much. There's too much work. You need two people for balance and to do everything. You need somebody to help you and think for you and remind you, and you need somebody else. It doesn't get better when you're on your own, and that's trust me, that's hard life experience for me. I've been there at points in time in my life. It doesn't. People think, oh, it's going to be easier when I have more freedom and less challenges.
That's not true.
Yep, exactly. It's just not true.
No.
It's just not true. The challenge or the problem tells you where you need to do the work. That's what the challenge or the problem is. If the challenge or the problem is in the relationship, then that's where you need to do the work. You need to do the work in the relationship. Not to distance yourself from it, but you need to open it up and examine it and look at it and find out what it is. Just like a doctor with a patient. Right? Where is the pain? Where does it hurt?
Of course.
Yeah. So when there's pain, yeah, we have to we need to look at it. We don't just cut off the arm and throw it away. That's not a. It looks like that's a good idea, but it's not. But it's not because it's very extreme. It's a very extreme idea. You can't talk to somebody who doesn't listen, and you can't help somebody who doesn't want help.
Yes.
It's like with children, right? Sometimes I want to help my kids do something, and especially Jazz, and she's like, "No, I want to do it myself." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Okay, I get it. Look, be careful. Maybe you will fall. Maybe I want to do it myself." Okay. Okay, so that is the biggest wall, the biggest problem, the biggest barrier. And it's in almost all situations, in almost all relationships, people never say, "I know there is a problem and I know the problem is me." People never say that. They never say that. How is your business? My business is fantastic. Really? Really? Honestly, fantastic? I mean, look at the world right now. Nobody's business is fantastic unless you're Amazon or Facebook or Google, right? Or Twitter or YouTube or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
your business is not doing great, and people, you know, people are not being they're not being open about it. They're not being public about it. They'll talk to their friends and they're,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
when they
Mm-hmm.
talk to the public, they'll be, it's wonderful, everything's yes, fantastic, oh, super, and it's not. And
Two
I don't
faces.
two faces. Great point. Yeah, yeah. Janus. It's Janus. It's like the Roman god, right? It's the Roman god of two faces, looking forward and looking backwards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's where we get January from, the month of January, because January is looking forwards and looking backwards at the same
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah, it's two faces, and I have friends in business, and a lot of them are, they're in tears, they're crying, they're emotionally destroyed, but their public image, their public faces, the market is wonderful. We keep moving forward. Everything's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
positivity is never as important as the facts and the truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Positivity matters. Like I said to my partner, like I said today, positivity matters. I said, I I don't want to stop. I don't want to give up. I don't want to finish. I want to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
And the response I got was, I don't want to go forward.
No.
And so if you
Mm-hmm.
if you don't go forward, there's only one way, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't want to take 12 years and just
That was it throughout.
12. That's a long time.
Oh, a very long time, but mm, three children are here.
Yeah, and her opinion is that the best thing the best thing for the children is to see her happy, and she will be happier alone.
Yes. So.
Those are her words. Those are her words. So
Mm.
it's as I was thinking today, and one of my thoughts was,
Mm-hmm.
this is the worst decision that anyone has made ever. Yeah, because you can't stop and go back to the start. No, and there's as I said, there's a lot of bad information out there, which you could do
Mm.
everything.
Mm.
Go it, go it alone. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
give up. Yeah, whatever. Um, and all these pop songs about
Mm-hmm.
surviving and getting through and stuff. And and what it be happy with what you have, because and it's gone in a second.
Mm-hmm.
In a second. Life is short.
Yes. Yeah.
Life is very short.
Mm.
So
Uh,
yeah, I would like her to change her decision. I would like it to be her decision. I know Yanka very well. I am surprised by
mm.
this decision. Maybe there is some piece of information that I don't know. Maybe there's some piece of information that I don't have. I'm not aware of it. Um, so I am very surprised by the.
Mm.
I'm very surprised by that. I don't want to work on it. I'm very surprised by that.
Mm.
I'm very surprised by. I don't want to work on making it better.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Because that's the first step.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's the first step. Well, that's what I think.
Mm.
That's what I think with my 10 years
Mm-hmm.
extra brain.
Mm.
That when you have a difficult decision to make,
Mm.
you don't make it alone.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
My God, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
really bad. That's really bad, right?
Why alone? You are two and three children.
Yeah, when you have a
She's not on she's not Sama alone. She never will be alone. Never.
exactly, and that's the situation now. Is you want to change having something
Mm.
to to what as a result. It's it's completely incomprehensible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There are too
Mm-hmm.
many question marks, and there's no there's no security or safety in the decision. So um, it's uh, it's hard, but but each to their own, and we can pray to the great gods of the universe that that the heavens will open and lights will shine and wisdom will prevail. Um, well, that's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing right now because it's in the power of a higher authority. Uh, some things are beyond human abilities, unfortunately, unfortunately. So sorry for my monologue there, but I want to be 100% about everything. So because and I'll tell you last 30 seconds. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I want to be 100%. Because remember I told you a story about one of my students who had cancer. And I'd ask her like, "How are you?" She'd be, "I'm fine." I'm like, "You're
Mm-hmm.
dying, You're dying.
Yes.
You're not okay, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right?" And she died. Yeah, and she would say, I'm fine." Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, you've got to be open, because that's the only way to make it better, right? There's the only way to make it better is to say that there's some issue or there's some problem. My God, it took me 45 years to learn this, right? I mean, it's very simple. It's very simple, right? It's a very simple thing. Yeah, you have to tell people what you're experiencing. It's just like with a doctor. Let's come back to it's just like with a doctor. The doctor says, "Where does it hurt?" You've got to begin with that. Such a simple question, but a really important question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. And
Mm-hmm.
and that the future's not written, which is it's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
It's dangerous. I know because I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. Okay, so
Mm.
So,
Mm.
so trust me on that. I made a lot of mistakes. I know the mistakes very well.
Okay.
I know the mistakes very well. Wow.
Everybody
Wow.
makes mistakes.
That's also true. That's also very
Mm.
true. That's also very true.
Everybody.